Few things in life is better for your health and happiness than an ultra-fresh fish crudo. Same but different to sashimi, ceviche and tiradito, which are all unique ways to enjoy raw, fresh fish. And I suppose you could say this is a video for the pescatarians, referring not to the pizza, but to the milder form of a vegan, which on the other hand are those that don't eat meat, but use chicken fat instead of butter for various forms of entertainment. We'll use sea bass for this video as those are widely available and almost grow on trees, which makes it acceptably affordable. You'll want to get a fish from the fish counter with bright, clear eyes, bright red gills and firm, shiny, not slimy, flesh. The lady or the man at the counter might gut it for you and scale it, but most of the time not fillet it. So I'll show you a quick home-style way of filleting a fish, which is similar but different to how we do it in the kitchen. We start by removing the fins and sharp bits with your wife's favorite scissors, as those hurt you and get in the way during the process. The fins, that is. Don't throw anything away, it makes a good soup or a stock. So into a bowl it goes for now. Once the danger has been neutralized, just give it a little scrape to make sure the scales are gone, which in this case we need to remove because they are messy. We don't need the skin, so it doesn't matter for eating. Next, you remove the head by cutting through the spine, just behind the gills. Save the head too, as that makes for some delicious eating later, for those that know. For those that don't, good, more for me. Once the head is off, check the cavity for bits the person at the counter might have left in there. And I can assure you, nothing useful. Clean it up if needed, then turn your attention to the spine. The most home-friendly way is to just cut on either side of the spine, following the flesh along the bone. Keep your knife tight as possible to the bone on both sides, until you hit the rib cage at the thicker end and the skin on the bottom of the fish in the tail part, because the tails don't have ribs. You'll now have somewhat of a boat-looking fish. Both fillets still attached by the ribs and bottom skin. The easiest way is to take old scissors again and simply snip through where the ribs and the backbone meet. You can then go ahead and simply cut through the bottom skin, which will give you two fillets and a piece of spine with a tail on it. Snap the spine in half for easy storage. Then add that to the rest of the trim. Remove the ribs by carefully cutting along them, taking care not to cut off the belly, which is a mistake I made when I was a young chef working in a fancy London joint once. The belly is full of flavor and fat, which we don't want to lose. You can trim off little bits of connective tissue and tidy it up on the sides a little, but don't bother too much. One thing we need to do is remove the bones. For this, your wife's tweezers work great, as well as your husband's needle nose pliers. Pull them out, holding the flesh with your thumb and forefinger. Now all that's left, if you're still here, is removing the skin. Grab the fillet by the tail, then with a knife, angle the blade down at 20 degrees, or thereabouts. There's no need to get your dusty old geometry set from the 1990s out the attic. Then with a smooth push, not cut, a slight back and forth wiggle movement, remove the skin. Keeping the knife angled towards the skin, moving away from the tail towards your right with your right hand, or left if you're left-handed, and, of course, if you're lucky enough to have either, while pulling the tail in the opposite direction. And voila, you should have a clean skin and clean fillet. Now, if you're lucky enough to have eyesight and you mess this up, that's on you. There's no need to remove anything else, apart from trimming off some loose bits or maybe some darker bits you don't like. But generally, this is what you want. No waste, mostly clean bones and usable clean fish. The skins and trim go into a double Greta bag because sharp bits might pierce it. Then stick a label on it, as good practice shows, so you know what you're ignoring every time you open the freezer, and what you'll sadly throw away 3 years from now. Salt the fish both sides with fine sea salt, and lay them down on a tray, and into the fridge for 10 minutes. This firms up the flesh, and it benefits the flavor. After 10 minutes, you dip these fillets in ice cold water. Give them a little rinse, then pat them dry with a paper towel. Moisture is the enemy of fresh fish, as well as mostly everything else in life. Now we have a few little ingredients I personally recommend and suggest you use too. But in essence, olive oil, salt and lemon juice is crudo in its simplest form. Place a plate in the fridge to make sure everything stays nice and cold. We cut the fillet from the tail part. The side where the skin used to be faces the cutting board. Angle your knife and cut slices as thick as you want. I personally don't like thin slices. But your life, your choice. As soon as you slice the fish to your liking, you place it onto your cold plate. Arranged slightly open but overlapping. Do not press it all together and do not open it up like a book. When you put down a slice, you start halfway across with the next slice. Around the outside, around the outside. Until you have a good looking, nicely arranged plate of fish. Back into the fridge while we prep a few optional but highly necessary goodies. Well, actually, which you can go as hot or not as you like. Just remember to stay within the frame of logic, as fish has a very delicate flavor and you don't want to overpower it. Finally chop it and set it aside, seeds in or seeds out, however you like it. Next, some chives, very fine chop, as fine as you can. If you like allium, meaning onion, then lots of it. If not, then leave it out. I'm also a great lover of sweet red onion, so a few paper-thin slices goes a long way. Grab your plate of fish from the fridge. Then give it another light seasoning with sea salt. The initial salting is not enough. Next, a fine layer of lemon zest all over, followed by a little, but not too little, of a sprinkling of fresh lemon juice. Your chopped chilies of choice, scattered all over. Then a very generous helping of grassy green extra virgin olive oil. Dot your sliced red onions around, sprinkle your chives over it, a tiny pass of cracked black pepper. Then let that stand and relax for about 5 to 10 minutes. While you toast some light and airy bread, kinda like ciabatta, in some olive oil until golden brown. But before you go and do any of that, you go live a happy life.